Okay, I'm gonna read this in Ephesians 4. I'm start with 14. That we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. Um, but speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Christ, from whom the whole body fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplieth, according to the effectual working in the measure of every part, making increase of the body unto the edifying of itself in love. This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind. Okay, and I was talking about that, and in talking about this darkness, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in their heart, because of the blindness of their heart. So that's another thing about, the darkness. Verse 18, having the understanding darkened. So when Adam ate that fruit from that tree, his understanding of who God was all of a sudden darkened, and he was alienated from the life of God through the ignorance of him having disobeyed God. When Eve came to him, trying to get him to eat the fruit. When she ate of it, now one thing that where Adam, maybe Adam, thought, he didn't see nothing happen to her right away, or it could be that he saw what happened to her, and he thought that if he eat the apple himself, he could go in to rescue her and then come back. But actually, you know, he could have rescued her without eating. Well, I'm saying apple, but the fruit, we don't know what fruit it was. But if he hadn't eaten the fruit, he still was connected to God to the point where he could have rescued Eve. He could have pushed back the cover of darkness. Cause see, well, one thing, darkness is like a cover, and what you do, of course, with a cover is you pull it over you. First, Satan somehow, word doesn't really tell us about how he got into the snake, how he was able to just whatever he did to take over the snake. That was the darkness beginning to be in the cover of darkness beginning to be pulled. First, it was pulled over the snake, and then Satan used the snake to pull the darkness over Eve, and then checkmate. Satan used Eve, and Satan used Eve because when she gave in, when she ate the fruit, she's in the image of Satan now. So Satan used Eve to, like I said, checkmate, pull the cover over Adam. And when the cover was pulled over Adam, it was a done deal.